Here he comes.
Nine years ago, I was given 6 months to live by a doctor at the Boston Medical Center. I was a student at Bunker Hill Community College doing some homework when one of my accounting teachers came and asked me why didn't I register for next semester. I told him that I could not afford to pay health insurance because I was an international student and health insurance would be $2,500. And he told me no. When I was a student, I just pretend that I was sick and then go to Boston Medical. They will give you health insurance for 1 month and just come here and waive it. And you are healthy. There's nothing to be afraid about. I did as he said. I went to Boston Medical and they asked me what was the problem with me. But I could not find anything. And there was a small bump on my neck, and I told the doctor there was a small bump, I didn't feel well. And they drew some blood sample, and I was at the hospital 3 hours, 6 hours. And now that everybody is gone, and I said, why don't they talk to me? What's going on? I'm not even sick. And when the doctor said, I said, doctor, I'm not sick. Why did you keep me? They said, if you are not, why did you come? I said, I just need health insurance. And the doctor started laughing. He said, but I don't have good news for you. We take some lab, and we realized that you have some complications, so we might have to do some further testing. So I stayed at the hospital. They did another testing, and then it turns out I had a lymphoma, a cancer in stage 4B. And they sent me to ENT, like the team was called, and there was the doctor that was supposed to give me the result. And then the doctor said, did you have any family member coming with you? I said, no. You have a very rare type of cancer, and it's in stage 4B. This cancer usually gives you about 6 months to live, and I am afraid that you might not even make it. And I said, okay. And doctor asked me, Mr. Paul, do you speak English? I said, the doctor, are we speaking like 10 minutes? We're just speaking for 10 minutes now. Don't you understand what I'm saying? And she said, no, because usually when we tell patients that kind of sad news, they become sometimes angry, even violent. I say, but I have some question for you. And she said, go ahead. If I cry, am I going to make it more than 6 months? She said, no. And am I going to be cured? She said, no. So what's the point of crying? And now the doctor sat down, she was crying in the corner. And, she said, I brought a security guy thinking that you might be very violent, and I was wrong. And she sent me home. It was about 2 months now. Nobody even talked to me. I didn't know anything. And I received a letter in the mail, an appointment with at the Boston Medical. So when I go, they drew some blood sample. And I said, why do they need some more blood sample since they know I'm going to die? And they sent me home. And I was at Massachusetts Avenue going to take the Orange Line, and somebody called me, Dr. Nina, I want to see you right now. And I check on my backpack to see I might have stolen something at the hospital because they say it's such an urgent. And I came back, and Dr. Nina said, I took a look in your lab, and I realized that your cancer is even worse than I thought. And the bureaucracy here is very terrible. They might not even start the treatment for you. I know someone said that you might die, but I believe you can make it. here's what we're going to do. I never talk to you. Don't say anyone, I tell you. I'm going to leave the room. Just pretend you die. And when someone come here, they call you, don't say anything. And I say, okay. Now, a teacher asked me to pretend that I was sick for real. Now the doctor asked me to pretend that I die. And the doctor left the room, and after a couple of minutes, she came back, Mr. Paul, I didn't say anything. Mr. Paul, it's me, Dr. Nina. You don't have to play the game with me. I told you to pretend. I didn't say anything. And she called me, Mr. Paul, I have something to tell you. I didn't say anything. And she said, yes, that's what I meant. I said, okay. And, and now she called code word, and then the hospital, they come and they sent me to East Newton, another campus at Boston Medical Center. The next day, I was scheduled for treatment, and I got 35 cycles of chemotherapy, 35 cycles of radiation, 15 chemotherapy. Everything went well. I graduated from Bunker Hill, graduated from Northeastern, admitted at Harvard, working at PwC and creating my own business. There is no other place this story could have been true if I wasn't at the Boston Medical, if I wasn't at the United States of America. Thank you.
That is Emmanuel